us a little more exactly what it is that you do.
As far as like musically, man, I definitely consider myself like a hybrid artist. I make a lot of hip hop and R&B. I'm an artist that really tries to put a lot of substance in his music. At the end of the day, a lot of like pop influence in my music. Like I said, heavy R&B, but really all across the board, man. I'm just a real diverse guy, and I feel like that's translated through my music. And I'm just really trying to push like a positive message to people, through art.
So what? So you've been in Louisville for 7 years, and you're making music. You're hearing different people. Who? Well, describe your creative process. What do you do?
Uh, yeah, like my creative process, man, is really like here lately. I've just been trying to network a lot more like locally as far as the production side of things go and who I'm going to for beats. But uh, for my last birthday, I got a little studio set up, so a lot of my songwriting and just like getting my ideas together has been going on here at home, especially with Corona and stuff going on. But beyond that, bro, like I just kind of sift around for beats, whether it still be on like YouTube, certain beat websites or just like the homies I know. And if
Yeah.
it's, a vibe that I can catch, then I normally just go on it. But I also got a lot of like real people around me that'll let me know like, if something's worth putting out to the world or if something's just all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I got people
So you
around me
need
that
that
people really.
input that'll give people
Yeah,
that'll give.
always,
Yeah.
always. And a lot of those people I'm talking about aren't even like the homies I talk to every day. These are just like, older cats or, the producers themselves, you know what I'm saying? Just people who I can trust to give me like an honest feedback. I don't like none of that like yes man shit. So yeah, but other than that, man, a lot of the process just happens right here at the crib. I haven't really been like writing as much. I've been doing more so like freestyling in a sense, but I still kind of have like a method to that. Like I don't just be throwing bars out and hoping for the best, but just kind of like letting shit flow, bro, and trying to be as honest and transparent, on record as possible. But it just flows, bro.
Absolutely. All right. Cool. It looks like our stream is back up straight. So
Cool,
thank
cool.
God. But yeah, dude, that's I don't know what was going on with that. Yeah, that's the input. The especially if you can have, I mean, at least one person, but a whole group that is able to give you creative feedback. Like, but it's somebody that'll tell you like if it's not good, they're gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And like,
like
but if it
definitely,
is, of
definitely.
course, But that is important, especially as an artist, bro. You gotta have that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want nobody just gonna tell you to keep going down the dark, not a dark path, but if there's something else you could do to make something better, you definitely want to know. Put it
Right.
that way.
Yeah. Now talk about your experience working with Matt Mock. And
Matt Mock, yeah, he came about whenever I had started working with this one studio called 400, and he was just a dope, like essentially he's a producer, but he had ended up doing like some audio work for me too, tracking me out, like some engineer work, and then we ended up doing some work out of his crib for a little bit, but we came up with a song called High Road that
mm-hmm.
still to this day I actually get a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I still get a lot of feedback about whenever people stumble upon it, and it's really probably a record that like will some at some point get put out again on like a super major level because that's just like a good like life
It's
song.
so
It's
original, man.
yeah, exactly. It's just like a crossover record. It's not just rap. It's not. It's just a good song. You know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
that's one of them songs that like I can like I said, just lean back and smile about because at the end of the day, like I'm not saying it's not hard to make a good rap song or it's not hard to make a good R&B song, but it is hard to make a song that could capture anybody. You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of songs that I like to make and write. So he's good at doing that for me. Like we had some other songs, like I said, we did a lot of work in a short span of time, but High Road is the record we put out. And like I said, one day here, probably the next, I don't know, I got a lot of plans, just on the back burner, but here one day soon, that song's definitely gonna get put on this right platform for sure.
Yeah, they asked, does the rap scene in Kentucky provide you with enough content to attract a bigger market like New York or LA?
As far as do they provide me with enough content? As far as like, I guess if they're talking about the context of like having the resources to produce enough content, yeah, I feel like there's plenty of people here that have the tools to, what I'm saying, produce like high quality content of all different, media types, whether it's videos, the studios here are only getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I mean, for being real, I mean, I feel like the local chatter is always like Louisville's growing, Louisville's that next spot, or just Kentucky in general, really between the Louisville and Lexington little pipeline. I think we pretty much could do whatever we want to do. I think what we're lacking is like certain level of business savvy across just the whole scene itself, from venues to indie labels to everything that everybody's got going on. I think just having a little more, sense of just business savvy and how to really make it make sense to do it
Hmm.
on a LA or a New York level, because you talking about markets that's where the labels are. That's where, what I'm saying, those are just
Yeah.
like the prime time spots. But Louisville definitely has the prime time talent, and I'm not just talking about artists. Like I said, I'm talking about videos, the engineers, hell, the managers. Hell, there's just a lot going on here. Period. So yeah, I don't feel like it's lacking at all.
Oh no, absolutely not. Definitely, yeah. The scene here, especially, I mean, like you said, really all content, but I know especially from a music standpoint, the producers, the studios, the engineers are very abundant, man. Like, and
Yeah,
they're only
facts.
getting
I
better,
mean,
like you said.
I mean, you could even look at. I mean, if we're talking about just what's popped, I mean, even a homie like Jack Harlow, like he popped in Atlanta, but as far as just like his crew and all that, I mean, that was just a whole like Louisville thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything, his videos, all that. And if it wasn't Louisville, everybody was from the state. So like I said, that Louisville Lexington pipeline, and then hell, even if you dip across the bridge to Indiana now, there's people that, hey, it's out here, bro. Like this whole region's cold.
Yeah, man. So I do want to talk about your. Now you have a single with Smoke Dizza, don't you? Smoke DZA,
Yeah,
the Kush
yeah,
God, right?
yeah. Yeah, it's called it's called Smoke. It's called Smoke.
How'd that come about?
For real, that was just an honest, like I said, that was like one of them learning lessons, just seeing how things can kind of move whenever you got a label behind you.
Good point.
Basically the label had to connect. I don't remember if it was just like the management, or long story short, they just had to connect to get the feature, and we had, apparently it was in the budget for it, and they asked me if I was cool with it, and I was like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying, it was straight. But I'll be honest, I definitely expected there to be a bigger push behind it, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if that was just on timing, or the camps on both sides not having, what I'm saying, everything transparent and lined up. But it was dope to, what I'm saying, have a record out there with somebody who's been in the game and somebody
Oh
who's,
yeah,
been doing this thing. But, what I mean, it was sick. But that was just like a real true like label move, bro. They was like, yo, we can get one from him. You want to do it? I was like, shit, yeah.
of course,
I
yeah,
wasn't really like in love with the song, so I wasn't like too, just kind of like, yeah, let's see what this will do with it.
right. So what now? Can you tell us a little bit more about that feeling where you thought it might have deserved a little more push, or not necessarily? I mean, yeah, I guess you
Yeah,
could say deserve, but like you're with a label now, and you kind of felt like
yeah.
it wasn't,
I'm
you
I
know.
don't know, cause like at the end of the day, I'm also like one of them dudes that I put everything, like I take a lot of, what I'm saying, I just look myself in the mirror and stuff. So it's not that I necessarily feel like it deserved a bigger push. I guess, like I was saying, I felt like there could have been more communication between all parties to just at least ensure that when the song drops, what I'm saying, it kind of just came out the blue, to be real. Like I didn't
Really?
even know. It was like one of the mornings you just wake up with a new song on Spotify. So like it was just like a real,
That's
like, I
kind of
don't know,
cool.
it just like it kind of like fell through the cracks. I'll put it that way. But I mean, yeah, from an artist perspective, you're mad, but from also like just a realistic business perspective, like Amazon packages don't show up every day on time. You know what I'm saying? People be mad about, like, it's just business, bro. Like it happens, whatever. You didn't know. This is what comes with not having full control of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
also, though, you see, like, whenever I put out the match remix, which was also with two of my label mates at the time, when everybody was on the same page, we did almost a quarter million streams and did 100,000 in a
Yeah.
month. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of them situations, like you coming down on the fast break, you throw a nice bounce pass, and your homie might slip and bobble it one time, but the
Right.
last three times he finished. So it's like being on the team. It happens. But every song, what I'm saying, every song after that, did well. Like I said, the match remix did really well. I put out a couple of other singles. They all hit like 20K, 30K, which for me at the time, leading up to that, I had no Spotify presence really at all. So I mean, yeah, like they did a lot of things that kind of helped me in places that were lacking, but also like sharpen me up in places that like, on the business side too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but I
it.
do be seeing like people doing it a lot more just in general though. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'll be
no,
like,
because
you know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
if
But the
you're in
song got
Louisville,
to be hard though. The song has to be hard.
yeah,
It can't.
exactly.
You can't
Because
just call it.
if you grew up in Louisville or you've been in Louisville for a while,
It's got to be classic.
you know what that means. You know, like the title of the
Yeah,
song. Like everybody knows Broadway, everybody knows Eastern Parkway and River Road.
River Road. Harlow did River Road too.
Right.
So it's like, and I feel like just with even them three songs, like we said, bro, like they all capture the right energy. Like, don't just call it whatever just because. Like, create with an intent and it'll happen. But also, don't like try to make something happen. Just let it flow.
That's a good point. Sometimes
Right.
you can't push it too. I mean, you know you work hard, of course, but like you said
I wasn't
earlier.
even. To be honest, I wrote Broadway just for a fun fact. I wrote Broadway. Well, I came up with it in my head riding down Third Street, riding down Third Street. So it's like it
Interesting.
just hit me. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Like the process of the making the album, you really just didn't enjoy it. Even I mean, I'm sure you enjoyed
Nah,
it.
making it was cool. That's what I'm saying. Like I was making the project. I went out to Houston and made a couple songs. Like it was like
Oh,
a
that's cool.
six. I don't know how many months it took, but it wasn't like no quick. Like we just made all the songs. Like it was kind of stretched out, even
Oh
though it was
yeah.
a short project. The music, there's a lot of songs that didn't make it. It's cold. You know what I'm saying? I think I probably did like 15 or 20, and the project's only six. So you can only imagine. But yeah, but nonetheless, though, I loved making it. You know what I'm saying? I always love making music. It's just like the studio is the place you go to get away. You can't always, what I'm saying, once you get, leave the studio and get back out into real life, like, what I'm saying, all that other smoke and mirrors, like this rap shit, especially at my level right now, it's not like dreamy at every moment. So it's like when I be in the studio, yeah, it's time to get it in and have fun, but you know what I'm saying? At times you still gotta go to work. At times you still
Exactly.
gotta go, you feel me? Like, and
Yep.
then trying to balance, a female and a female that ain't trying to even cooperate with the motion. It's like, should be rocky. But I love to make it. I've always loved making music. I
Oh
don't care
yeah.
where I'm at. I don't
Now,
care where I'm at.
right? Yeah. The you can't. I've been dealing with that recently, just learning how to like really like you there, like in terms of like it'll start to feel like work, but at the end of the day,
Yeah,
like you always gotta love, or I always love making music, but it's just like you said, life gets in the way sometimes and things get stressful, and it's just something I guess you just gotta push through, but I never wanna you never want to forget obviously why you're doing
right.
what you do, and like you
Facts.
always got to figure out a way to get back to loving it.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you the other day. Whenever we did the photos, just on the sidebar, like I was like, I just been getting back to just making what I want to hear and making what
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
to hear. Like
Okay,
a song like
exactly.
Broadway and all that. Like I hate to keep going back to those songs, but a song like Broadway, Dangerous,
Yeah,
even Match, like even the fun songs. It's like I didn't make them like everybody's gonna like this. I made
yeah,
that like, damn, this is how I feel. This is
right.
what I want to hear. So it's like that's what I'm back to. But it's like then you got like we was talking about just the people around you who tell you like, yeah, that's hot, but that one might be just for you. You know what I'm saying? Because some
Right.
songs like what I mean when I say that, and I know you probably get it, but it's like when artists create, bro, everything's not to be put on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Or put
Mm-hmm.
on, I mean, you can use SoundCloud and have, try to be Russ and put out a song every week. But me, as much as I know I have the volume of music to be that and just be putting out music. I got the type of music is like a home cooked meal. Like you want to take your time with it. Like you might listen to the same song for a couple months, and then you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just learning how my consumers move and how my music hits.
There you
So
go. That's
everybody got to move at their own pace. Some people you want to hear a different song every day, but me, you know what I mean? You got to just
yeah.
play your game. Play your game.
Play. You gotta. There you go. You gotta play your game.
Get a
About something.
lawyer if they come with a contract. Moral of the story.
What'd you say?
I said get a lawyer
Yes.
if they
Okay.
ever come with a contract. That
Did
was the
you
moral
when
of
you
my
got
story.
your what was your contract with Substream like? Did you get a lawyer?
Yeah, I actually did. Like I said, I got a cousin, graduated with a bar, entertainment lawyer. And
Hmm.
yeah, dude, I had him look over it, but I'll keep it a buck. Like the contract, mine wasn't very long. It was like 2 pages because it was very cut and dry. Like I said, it was ten songs. We put out four singles, six on the EP. The rest was the rest, and it was kind of on and popping. So, and that's another thing too. Like I feel like, and I've always been kind of like, whenever it comes to like contracts and just anybody, it's like if the terms are supposed to be simple, then the contract shouldn't be no 100 pages. If the
It's just all
contract
that
looks
legal
like a
jargon,
Bible,
man. Is
yeah, I'm like, if the contract looks like the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Something's going on 9 times out of 10. That's just my, you know what I mean? So,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just my thumb. That's my rule of thumb.
Right.
There's just a lot going on right now, and I'm really trying to just get everything how and where it needs to be. Because once I put my foot on the gas, I don't want to have to ever take it off again. Like I kind of feel
There
like
you
I'm at
go.
a phase. Yeah, I'm kind of at a phase in my whole thing with this where I've been through what I think I needed to know what I need to do to get to where I'm trying to go.
There you
So
go.
that's where
I
we at.
like that.
Yeah,
That was
straight
that
up.
was a mouthful, but that makes sense.
And yeah, it was. I ain't even mean to put that together like that, but that's really like where I'm at with it. It's like
You're an
I'm kind of
artist.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what we do.
Well,
Like, there's
cool.
just a lot of artists who are starting to just either like make like industry contact or they're moving around in a way that like you can just see like if you're LinkedIn, like you know what I'm saying, they got people paying attention. So there's definitely a lot of talent that's starting to like move more like serious artists, which is making Louisville look more serious. Uh, on the downside, I mean, like I said earlier, I think just like business savvy, people really like networking in a way that's creating a scene versus the scene being so. Because there's a lot of like, I feel like the scene can feel segregated at times. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's like you feel like there's this that goes on over here and then there's that that goes on over there.
That's
And I feel
interesting.
like if everybody figured out how to kind of just blend vibes and curate more on a level that, includes just the city. You know what I'm saying? You always gonna have like your 25 and up shit, your college stuff, your grown and sexy stuff as far as like your age groups and how you target
Yeah.
your audiences overall. But
Yeah.
still though, just having just a more of a sense of community. Because if I mean I've never been to Atlanta, but I watch so much content on YouTube and all that. Like they say places like Atlanta, like everybody works together.
Oh, you've
You know
never
what
been
I'm
to
saying?
Atlanta?
No, I mean I've been once. I shot a video with someone there, but it was like one of them. I'm talking about we drove to Atlanta, bro. Shot the video
And
and
then
then
drove
drove
back.
home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I ain't even see the city. We was in some old off side. I don't even know where we was at, bro. But yeah, it was like it doesn't count. I haven't been to Atlanta. I ain't ate no food. I ain't
Yeah.
went to no strip club. None of that. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I ain't
you
did
ain't been to a
nothing.
strip club, and you ain't been to Atlanta. No, I'm just
Nah,
playing.
yeah, for real. So that's
But
what I hear. We're gonna see.
yeah, no, I've been through Atlanta. I did a show in Atlanta with an artist I was working with back at school
Yeah.
once, and then
Okay.
I did. I think I've driven through Atlanta going to the beach a couple times, but then
Yeah.
there was one other time I was there. I cannot remember what it was for.